NDC or yeah petitioner no. The formation of the Supreme Court judge panel, first one, in my view, was a little bit of a challenge. I'm not saying it's not correct. Was a little bit of a challenge. Meaning, say, there were 15 Supreme Court judges, and now 17 Supreme Court judges. Now the first panel, no, the bear on the first set, no, of our Chief Justice, a team. First 7 Chief Justice team. What does it tell you? It tells you, say, are there a constitutional case? It tells you, say, are there a year election presidential petition, not a year parliamentary? And the High Court, Appeal Court can deal with it. High Court with Appeal Court judge, Aden, will may deal with it. But presidential election, presidential petition, no, next a Supreme Court net to middle, judge and a Chief Justice to middle. 3 on the left, 3 on the right. Case, you know, there's a high possibility to say, case review. The senior man himself is sitting there. First case 1, knocked down. First case 2, knocked down. Then there's a what? A review. The review means there's a monfa judges in be meka. Na yɛnhwɛ so so adwenkyerɛ fofora. What are we telling you? The two now ban onye older on the bar, on the bench, on the panels, you know, only the senior most. And to the two beka ho no be 9. Or that in finfini 4 here, 4 there. The petitioner didn't challenge, let me put it that way. Oma have any problem with that
formation?
That formation, no. And it's he, the Supreme Court Chief Justice at Nemu. Now I can say we enko. Wabe read the verdict. Any junior law judge ni be any read here. Ye say ni ekono. Knock down. Na second one knock down, third one knock down. No the two beka ho. 2 no one chia say na ko review now. What the two best about 11. 5 on his left, 5 on his right. He's still sitting in the middle. How does it change?
It will continue to be unanimous.
It will continue to be unanimous decision after other until you bring the whole Supreme Court judges 15 and now 17 in Abetenasia. 8 better, 8 better. He's still sitting in the middle. But what I say, we didn't see that focus and that challenge. And that tells you the mindset say, case in Ankasano, Obia Omu way, no more share the evidences, and in KOFI, in all natural senses, in all, with all respect and due respect, and he said, we share preparations. What we heard, and I say NDC, Ekekanye, and I say Nsembio Habia NDC, the Tuja, you cry numbers, yenya way, you cry numbers, no. But when it came to the validation, no, that is not what all of us we heard. Let us face fact. Yeah. We are talking about building a nation. It pays nobody to take sides. It pays a good citizen to be in the middle and tell the truth. Say no credit. The evidences that we were all made to believe, in my view, those were not the evidences that were presented out there. And it's a bother on the fact, say, electoral commissioner Neme Kasano. KOFI to some extent. To some extent. The case, of course, say case there technicalities. As to Timu Winnie case.
Sure.
As to okay, na yimuni statement mu say obaba bejina dakem. Edu be was asem na de ba en kwa no. Me hu de wo kan ye.
Wabo masom ba ko de ye me de a chew.
Enti say wo de ba say numbers ni baby a challenge ye no. We insistence ani say yenye election foforo na antwa yie enema antwa yie o se fa numbers ni bra na menhwe o numbers no menya hu calculations no and all the witnesses no ebi o man fa calculations na ma enti KOFI I feel say ebi a things were hurriedly done and I said there was a rush but then again no enam say o man ma kwan so ama Supreme Court judge no Chief Justice in kwantena nchen na ka case ni kɔ no na yaka se panyin de panyin enka kɔto na nke bi obaka se o da bi ebi anke nkosi but so no atena ho no se asɛm no already no until say ye be ye emoma yom addresses a judgment in beban na 90 enti say 90 how does anybody or better say Jane said there's a certain judgment we a neutralize the Omakan. Because it would be very unthinkable, in my view, for anybody to suggest say Supreme Court judge or the Chief Justice and the Supreme Court judges, you know, any pronouncements, any judgment that would be different from the validation. Say the election holds, the President, His Excellency, is still duly sworn in and is still validly the President of the Republic. I'll be very amazed. It will be very, very, very amazing. Say there will be a change. So on the mindset of every Ghanaian, including the petitioners, you know, they should somehow expect what is going to be the judgment. Don't forget, say 2012, all the big, how many months? Over 8 months. Bajwadi say. The ruling was only 3 minutes sentence. 3 minutes. And then Nancy Kruma, that day Akoko Kra died. The street of Accra was quiet. I'm telling you, say, Ghanaians want peace. Ghanaians want their work. Obiano Obeja Nejuma say, let's sing petition, no judgment aba. In the coffee, me pacho, me hype no platform say, who kofa ubia be an interview abaka say, and a election petition. Coffee, shinsi. In my view, the petition, no verdict, no, it is already out there.
Yeah.
It's the condition your mind. Near focus. Like I said, when the election was declared, near you president in UN Kofi, a chrome is that stop. What does it tell you? It tells you, say, election Chief Justice, on one a day, president was sworn in. The same Chief Justice, and what didn't come out Parliament. And a Parliament is where we order number. Yes, we are general. How do you expect? Say the same Chief Justice go back to the chamber. Now what tenacity? No, I catch and say, Papa, I didn't answer. Coffee bedding. But what is it? The same thing repeated itself in 2012. So we shouldn't expect anything different. That is where.
But your mom say better a comedy. Ashasi is soon.
O better me pacho pensionum. Busani kukru ancha manima unsionum. Verdict na KOFI TV soon ya the verdict because and some can ha before the elections as election we no see how the beba. E masi anka election petition be ka say e be one of the toughest elections. One of the elections na parliament best played or more or less the be binya opposition controlling. Bibia e kan ha bia e bai. Me pacho judgment no a better pensionum. Bibia no ha ubetima expect say Chief Justice Ebetase my honor abe ready judgment be very brief 1 year 2 minutes obewie owia no Ghanaian in my view say ubeteki say what take emra no e wo nsem me kokon because verdict na nkasa no yewom
so the ekeka ko 90
Kofi the point is say review bia we see the Chief Justice in the middle. Yeah. And the review could have gone until say they exhaust the whole bar, the whole bench. And Roma exhausted the whole bench in New Kofi ede adi biem na eba. And to when me dem fi say mumma kwan yenti ase na president no onya kwan enko ye na dwuma. It is a waste of the country's resources. It is a waste of energy. It is a waste of money. It is a waste of our years. It is a waste of our time.
But has deepened our democracy.
It has deepened our political tolerance. Kofi, and I make sure say about continue say the name of the electoral commissioner becomes a household names on the lips of every Ghanaian. Now you don't have democracy. Say country ni debia yenim electoral commissioner. The fear is there. How do you have a fear and you think you have a democracy? And to omu nyina no enye omu niema yi. Parliamentarians in omu niema yi na citizens so no yeso so no yenyai over ambitious yina ye didi ye politics and ye politicians nechi no. Me pa chwa dey say. Bear in mind say any pa 276 per 275 plus the your friends the speaker. Okofa president and the vice can ho. Omi 278. In the 30 million young questions any power winning and sema. No problem any day in any coffee judgment any day a straightforward battle. Obi obesumi himself ora ho beta.
Omi me anka nam fun. Ora ko tuntum we ko yifuta o. Sir. Me ade country bro country no bro.
Ebe magic. It will be very magical. Say obi be expect to say the judgment a judgment that is not in line with what we've seen so far. Very surprising. Say judgment in Ebano, the judgment will call for re-elections, whereas all the reviews in the applications in Inano were overruled. And what are we expecting? Say we cannot assume say the judgment is already declared on KOFI TV.
I don't know. Like I said, the I know. I don't assume.
And I can't bet on WhatsApp.
Sigara show. Like I say, Sikano. Ashi. Uncle Yanim. Wadada, sorry, na interesting. Yeah, war vetting. Ekoso. Vetting no. Ebi akoso. Questions bisa bebre. Let me find out. Who is saying?
Okay. Let me touch base on something today. Comments are the vetting committee chairman, Mr. Joe Wise.
Yeah.
He said in the audios were town and all challenge and also all can or the narrations and the background or be concluded say the vetting committee no obi any right, we need the power to take out and also to reject obi a president are nominating for ministerial appointment. That Mr. Joe Wise. And that comes to buttress the point Amakanda on other networks say. It is so, I'll be a little bit ruthless here. It is so senseless and better word to choose. To me, I'm so with all due respect, a criminal offense could have vetting here in the country.
Really?
Kofi, what does it make? Tell me the relevance of the vetting. And tell me, give me one single, as a journalist, Kofi Adumangwangwani, one single example of since 1982, if not any time, starting from 82 coming, from Liman. The Third Republic. Eba Fourth Republic, Yabenya 8 parliaments. Cheme 8 governments in Nanado 8 in a womb, His Excellency the President. 8 no, Onunu woman no. Jerinya 2, President Kufuor 2, President Mama 1, your friend is Oni. President Mills nya 1, President Mama nya 1. Are you getting me? And Nanado nya 1, and Wokonu to 8 parliament. Chem one single nominee, one single ministerial appointment designate. Our call vetting, America chance or performance was bad. Not president and recall me. Ubit my chamber Kwamechuska. It has never happened. Whoever invoked our this constitutional requirement this shame on the relevance. As a country, no, the parliament supposed to be sitting. The parliament supposed to be helping the president to work. The parliament supposed to be enacting laws. Now you were only 4 years and you're 20 years. Now you election. You swearing in on the 7th of January. You were 2 months on to 3 months. President didn't need government or appointed other state functionaries. Ministries, government corporations in or ministries nase. President Akase, no government official, chief director, and as a managing director will be acting at the moment are allowed to sign contract or even to employ. So there's no employment that can go on, it's not going on. There's no contract that can be signed. Nothing is happening. Oko office biana a man to one womudi kwadu. Ministry said Duane, a to cassava yatoton. What do I say? Okwa, Minister Yamaha, anti deputy suni ho, document to SECO deputy office. We've kept the whole government sitting in a poor country like ours. doing Kofi virtually nothing. Nothing. Me ba chwa dey say. Now come to tell you say you 20 year juma. And parliamentarians 13 here, 26 members agi the whole parliament into ransom. And di nipa Kofi designate. His Excellency the President Frey woman. Kofi interestingly dodo na returning ministers. Mbajo tie me.
Yeah.
Dodo na returning ministers. Honorable Adjosafo a returning minister. Meba. Dr. Poku Prempe a returning minister. Asiama a returning minister. Interior or a returning minister. Defense or a returning minister. Health or a returning minister. Entinka President Nama like a German choir sample there. Kofi, what is the need? What are they bringing that we've not seen? What is the interview for? And what is the vetting for? You are vetting them for what? We've been vetting them from way back 64 years or today. The vetting has not changed the life of a Ghanaian. Vetting, Kofi, let me go back. Nipa 26, 13 here, 13 there. Interesting thing, Ghana Constitution, Ghana Judiciary, Ghana legislators. How do you say, Obi a ya friend? Or no, your friend say, how do you call it? A minister designate. Ya nominating. MPP wo nipa 137. NDC 137. NDC the 13 aba. MPP 13 oba no hwe nipa aka. 13 no wasa de obi a oye nominated. Oye ministerial designate. A president appointed on. How do you feature? Kofi Adoma, they are not concentrating. How do you feature the same people? Committee no. Honorable your friend say Matthew Poku Prempe Campo.
Yeah.
Committee no Esla eka ho. And I think about 2 or 3. Omu nyina ye minister. Onu amu no call vetting no. Ye nyan clear no. The same person will free over na no call run attack. They no better no so be say obi question. Can't you be na esade no. It's a joking paradise.
Ghana.
It's a joking paradise, a joking paradise. Because the point is, Kofi, the question lineup, how they ask the questions. We are talking about technicalities and the sector. Nipa na okohono question ben yebusano. Mami take a scenario. Make Adam once. Health minister. Yes, Mr. Obebusa. There was a fine question as to airport. Kofi Mino ka where you so. PCR.
Yeah.
And him for no mudia. Now health minister no 4 years. 4 years. And send a 2020 COVID somewhere in August. Yebeti ombesi sa facility no ho. And can there be a facility at the airport, a border on health post? Na minister ni say onim oma omu company no. When they introduce $150 na also onim. Na mama me kwan na me kodia me akopɛ report ni dia ba. Interior minister also onim. Information minister equally onim.
Procurement Adjosafo.
Procurement onim oma ombesi facility no. Aviation na airport ya ne dia no onim oma omu facility no ho. When they share $150, I was the first person to criticize. Obekai. Okay. So $150 no, that time the whole world Ghana na introduce $150. Sorry. And the same so do UK na England for so give £200 up. Shut up. And you because try to work as higher salary than yours. Because we here say one target Ghanaian market because makola ba won too kwai. What target Ghanaians say wa abroad or mobile. Wow citizen na your agent say ubetimu agi $150. Now you nya a bunch of ministers designate for abetina committee. Na so nima e den na so ka kire Many chance no pe no fa report in mra. Then we are talking. You didn't hear that question. Now very interesting thing Kofi. Obetina Honorable Minister designate. Congratulations. We di ka congratulate no. Ama na ni age. Tell me if you have this house, this committee approves your nomination, would you say that oyire na abo no mu ni biem? So a begging parade and a begging crusade. Say that you will not do that again. Honorable members, if I had the chance to go back to the ministry, I will not do that. I will not beat my wife again. KOFI take questions now. Can say His Excellency the former president Awokasa wankasa wie no. Panechow so be apologize ya osime pacho adwobre minye saade ni bi minya kwan a minye saade ni bi. Something that bothers on the professionality, the profession, the sector no question na ma. Na me hwe se obi bebusa Honorable Minister of Health once again as an example. Say wo sector no wo minister no give $42,000 Ghana cedis. Other allowances my minister no. Na me hwe se nipa 13 net no. The government side in there you don't expect them to ask because that's their government. But the opposition side no obi antima musa ministers o saying 42,000. O doctor specialist o man 12,000 to $13,000 13,000 cedis. Obi antima musa question. Obi antima musa say Ghanaian nurses over in thousands, 60,000 and over. I'm a trained woman, no. Honorable Minister, see any hospital de ma woman, will you do? What will be your next fallback position? Abroad today, the most exportable commodity, the most exportable profession, the most lucrative exportable profession in the world is nursing. Oh, a nurse for her. Unye juma nyomye. Australia per nurses, Canada per nurses, UK per nurses, American per nurses. The same concept in the Philippines, Thailand, now Sri Lanka, and the country Barbados. Omudi nurses export to the show mukru. Yenya obi amena musa sa question. The omubusa ne say unya corona. Woka say unya corona de kwan be ne fa so koye. These were the questions of the 26 men and women. Enuntonchen. Minister of Interior, that borders on security. Minister of Defense borders on security betina ho. Now obi atima busa no. Ghana Navy mo boat ya saying, mo speedboat ya saying. Was there 5? Such a sensitive security question. The obusa na anwene ho sabi. The oyi anon so so mfa ho. Was there 5? Inti Togo ni Ghana Togo no the 10 bar, wedi ka ground 5 no. Professional question as to recruitment, military recruitment, a kwan be na afa so ye recruitment. We intake a year. Total number of Ghana army na hu hia so busa sa question no. But Ghanaians are omu per military. Omu need any right to mbeko protocol enlistment. A kwan be competition be kwan be na afa so ye recruitment kra no. Ordinarily. Sa question ama. Interior betina say ebi busa police barracks. Country be na use police barracks now. Police one try community one hide down in pantroche uniform kro bia nim police niti o. Still no wo ka police barracks one sem. Wo MP na wo to na ye bon ho ka no. Question kobusa. What is the point Kofi Adoma say? We do o matena ho na wo vetuom. Wo veti den. Wo veti na ho fe. Wo veti ne kasa dia. Then the answers they are giving, they are not the questions na obusa wo no. Both of you are not making, in my view, excuse me, in my view, you are not making any valuable and valid points. I will not say sense, valuable and valid points. Because busa question, say defense minister busa sibia o flying boat on the sea, yes I am. Can you really?
Yeah, that's sensitive.
Sensitive. National security minister Betnase. Yes, no be busa. Okay, ya waso. And tokwabi si ho. During the by-elections, or say Mekai. Police for commander say uniform be a beframe na nyane dia. Or say Mekai. Soldier force uniform be na nyame dia or say Mekai. But uncle for no beframe ampa. Enti say owo a setup of security. Na say police, military. Omatima combat operations and natural operations to calm down violence. Now you have another set of uniform abewuram. Minister answer report no emedu nanim. Meanwhile, dey see 2 years answer near be elections. Interior minister so the same answer. ɔse sɛ minya kwan na me call back to the ministry a ebi a meduro na report number foreign ministry. And let me say once again, this particular foreign minister, she's one of the Ghanaian foreign ministers who perform creditably well.
Okay,
Ayoko. Yes, in my view, comparatively, she's done a very great job. But the questions I wanted them to ask would have been, say, Ghanaian diplomats are trained with foreign ministry. Ghanaian secretary Sumatra Foreign Ministry. That ratio, political appointment, political ambassadorial allocations against the your friends, the career diplomats. How do you bridge up? That question yanti. Transfers, omuko international assignments and as foreign services. How do you do that? One cannot support workers at the foreign ministry. We'll be at 10, 15 years on call. We'll be at 2 years or in New York. These were the questions I expected the honorable members to ask. So question number, Ghanaians abroad, when would you stop taking visas from Ghanaian children? I will continue to preach this and you Ghana for abroad and when would you stop taking visas from your citizens? Obia Musasa question wo ewo vetting and Kofi more vet wo mu de ageden Obia vet asking of how their ministry or the sector will create employment Oman vet Yamra Madam Hawa Kumsin me ba cho what you say ebi say when you anu yi enti yanya den
about fishing
fish pond the swimming pool you know fishing rearing fish in the pool. Okay, ebi so nya brofo the fact say when timan kan brofo so do no aka say nya kasa na me bisa say edem pa na na difficult ma Madam Hawa Kumsin say the fishermen folk the folks aya 4 regions and the coastal line Volta, Greater Accra, Central and Western the belt in the fishermen folk ni nyina no folks ni nyina no Kofi 98% Omon Kabrofo. It is a technical sector that benefit or the people who are the operators, fishermen for no, any fishmongers no. Omon asa question no come. Now what ya kra me no Kofi Adoma, yet ya ni ye di banku, ye fish. Fisherman no ko yibaye no. Next ye interview ye vet fisheries minister. Kofi kasa ben na ese wo ka.
Ese kasa o mote.
Kakasa wo mo te keke we ya fantini wo border 2 enti ka fanti voter ne mbeti ase gambeti ase obi a wo niam anka ko say fanti na kan won ka say rearing fish in the tank ebi anka won ka but what person can bro but the thing is a technical area which is not your proficiency or your professional lines. If you make a mistake, that does not mean say one thing bro. It was the technical lines. Fisheries is a technical area. All same, yenya Minister of Agric. Na ebusa question, I will say I don't know. Say Ghana say acknowledge say ye country no 60 to 70% in our farmers. While we need a system from Kwame Nkrumah time no, ya making sure say farmers won't me read, won't me write. Say farmer to me read, won't me write here. Agric minister, cocoa increment no, it's not. I'm not the receiving end. You are not the receiving end. Cassava sterilization, fumigation, whatever no. Enya mi no me near electricity ha no. Ye ni farms. It is a whole question Agric minister. Farmers at radio set hono. Now with the ne kwaka brofo. Abra o parliamentary constitution, parliamentary standards, parliamentary ayine woman nyina. You have access to speak 9 languages. And to that minister no interview na confer 2 main translators. Ba kom balance no ba balances out. Na mo speak on country and now ka brofo ayen translate. Na farmer nati. Minister MPC vetting na obi anu ho a otimi ebusa something na farmer etifia anko bebusa yante ose chairman sabosu His Excellency the Honorable Majority Group Leader Minister of Parliamentary Affairs obeba yan hwa say ni colleagues no ba ko bebusa say Mr. Minister, da ben ye beja S Gracia na Ghana for sika no omo kasa ho. Nobody will ask that question. Don't bebusa ye omo security, omo privileges, and omo salary. Nobody will ask question that will benefit the Ghanaian. And Kofi said we don't have these people 13 here, 26. Na Kofi omo musa question na eto Ghana ni minu wasim over to o my den.
You see it.
What is the relevance? It's an offense to the state.
The veteran.
But it's yes, what is the any causing financial harm nibi?
Financial loss.
Financial loss. Because Chesika almost send ho, sitting allowance almost send ho. Kofi question ben no mubusa ho. Infantry JSS questions. And most of them no omubusa. Sad. Yes sad say busa question na nipa na sector na affected no beti ase. Okofa employment minister ba. Na okoka one na yiri asem. Okoka political speech bi okoma no ne constituency. Is that what Ghanaian wants to know? President didn't ni ankonfa body but naba you have the chance. It is a yen na consume no. And say yen hu omumaden mo. Enya nuti na adom bai. Na mu musa questions no ye nyina so ntime gina dem musa question. What is the point? Adam nja umro mu nko no mko ye adwuma na president nya kwa anya na adwuma.
Asemi was say na kwasemi I love your guest we free Nana Van Vals and what they buy. Was say yes, wisdom is really speaking. Tell them the truth, sir. We free Dramani Ahmed. Was it if I may ask, why is government not seeking this man's advice? Michael Newman. Kobe Ajingo say Nanado and Mahama are watching with fake account. Was say nobody will ask so questions now kano. Christian Doku and what they buy. Was it they always speak English to confuse Ghanaians. Oma kambrofo sa na etia ehun de.
Brofo nso kwa nye de. Grandma yakura ko makalanta kra na yeti brofo che
But there is also one thing. What a diplomatic person idea be a bit to me aboa me say my placing that call now to my share your kobotri. I'm trying to get that because Ghana for questions but especially with embassies you know.
Yes,
and Spain for framing they were complaining say amount I or more for passports and way no different uko Germany different uko US different but beyond and ebi wo the same European way now Spain they are different Italy they are different and even getting a passport I say
Kofi Jaho sad I've said it once but 3 years ago I'll say it again yenya ambassador bi to Germany Berlin and obey ambassadors forum Ghanaian Citizens Forum bi Stuttgart. I happened to be there that very day. Na me ye program bi ho. Okay. Better still. Apostle Joseph we are. He sent me to Mercedes Benz.
Okay.
I want to have a big meeting with them. Trying to at that time, that was some years ago. About year na be one ambassador I'll keep it up. What does it?
Okay.
Now, Obi busa a simple question. Say your passport. You send it to Berlin. Yenya. What I say? You may lead the by yenya. And in fact, once again, say what phone and I dear friend Ghana embassy, home officer, across board. It is so sad. Adam Didier Ombedidu. Because of what? Kofi, because of say the orientation, the people they brought them, they are not the people who have been trained by the same foreign ministry setup. And it's a ne and your career diplomat. Now all kwa bones and the group nipa kakra bi. Near my political diplomat. Ya appointed politician activist no kwa koshe nipa di nachi. Na koshe enkofo a omdu omuko as secretaries and that, and those are the people that omti embassies now yes man. How on earth say this country as I've said country where be do baby away no Kofi nothing but a contufoya nothing a contufoya the whole Accra, 70% of Accra was built by travelers. And to woman Wabonteno, why do you continue still forcing them visas on their throat? A lot of countries will abolish this idea. But one of them, you know, just man, so you're a citizen, no acquire nationality or ban krum. They don't give them visas. Enter. Number 5, enter. Na Ghana ni na neba UK woman baby. Canada woman baby. Germany beating 12. Now I man crank 20 150 euros, 150 euros. How do you build your with the visa fee nature or diplomas? Edi running mission. What then are we all? Mr. Mameno, Ayoko, perfect. I have my reasons of saying that. She's built a foreign ministry. If all have done like that, that would have been a great thing. I give that respect. But Neman Kitin said she's not gone down to look at what affects the Ghanaian. The fact say Ubema diplomacy and I say mission, foreign service for an are you okay? They are to serve the Ghanaian public outside there. Ya che Ghana ni said the embassy basically dimika sign deportation your friend is saying laissez passer. But my Ghana ni nya problem. And I bring this issue to bear on Kuwait. I bring this issue to bear on Saudi Arabia. I bring it to bear on Dubai, and then Qatar, and the 6th Republic, your friends, the kingdom. Shagana for echo in and out and cry ye humiliate you. You've not been able as foreign ministry and build a research post. Awaha. And my young to me shall some crown create piano and then contract ni crow. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Slavery contract and crown the court. Where a slave they are slave forever. It's better than a coffee. Young crown kwa bonting. Obi cotton 9 years. Saudi Arabia or back if you know she pajamas. So she'll be a play more. You will cry.
Maybe an interview cry or play more.
Coffee, you will cry. Motini nara. Ghana ni a channel. Arab near Repuno. Near Saudi Nakotum. Ghana ambassador. Onsi ho. You was that 100 and buy. I feel no kubusa kwan fast to buy. Was citizen. Holland is citizen kwa bontino kukungipa. A hokra numbers in Yenajuma. One in a bed 24 hours from day one be jailing. Germany, every country, serious nation, that is democratic nation. Democratic nation does not leave their citizens in the hands of others when they are in troubles. Democratic nation does not sever their citizens when it's about visa issuance to them when they are coming to their hometown. But what I say? Yeah. Me, Kofi, as you know my position, mini CV, obiasu who me CV. Me ma pay contract because me nye contractor. Me gata. Obia wo today, yesterday, others. All these ministers, they are my bodies. But the day you are appointed minister, that is the end day that even you and I, phone call, pa. Because they know my position and they understand my orientation, but they don't agree with it, which I'm also perfect with that. Because, say, Kofi, I'll say again, yenya natural lands and mineral resources. Minister Emmanuel by me in interview. Now me share say, Galamsey, vetino, Galamsey issue. Now me share say the Omo Ebeko. I'm putting on records. Any minister designate, any former minister, any Ghanaian precious mineral resources commission, they should come and tell Ghanaians, say, Ghana since the last 100 years, 100 years, 36 years of colonization until we got independence 64, 100 years, Ghana and Tuni gold 10%. 10% Ghana and Tuni gold. What country we say? 10% in yan 2 years. Kobu se omno mon famra. 10% in yan 2 years. Such a rich nation. 100 years. Billions of dollars within that, your friend is saying, the last 20 years. Billions of dollars. Ni nyina ko Canada, Australia, any America, any UK. Billions of dollars. And yet, Ghana, on harness say, undo ne resources, your friend is saying, gold, onto 10% of this total land. Kofi where country will be a mineral resources minister. Ebetena ho a questions bi a Kofi ese nka kokono. Na wo mu de enua ne ne concentration wo kai se bribi then the presidential candidate na ye ne secretary udi na chi kwa ha wo kan se we oh god eno ne vetting no enti eno ne vetting dia mo nkoda na mo vet o mu shu no mo de ba ovi o say obi on a short note obi we say konkonta say
yeah, but before konkonte was in US when you call the Ghana embassy no one will pick your call.
Oh.
And those complaints ne dey be basa we should forget about Muhammad Akufo-Addo. This man needs to be president.
No.
Anna Daniel Anna Pacho.
The Makalanta.
Why? Kofi asked him why Ghanaian passport issued outside Ghana are not accepted in her. So question way a serious matter. Oje passport outside Ghana. Now that same passport echo bank. Any transaction, it is not in the system.
Kofi.
Then meanwhile, Ghana how kwaje passport 100 Ghana. But you pay times what that amount outside, and yet it can only take you to Sobafro plane.
And no ID card. And no passport. Mom wabonti the other mom here Ghana ID card.
Yes, no, but
Kofi, listen.
Obi dey we say na me say Obaba Ghana dey oba no renew her so that it will be in the system.
Master Kofi Adoma, let me tell you something. Serious nations, they prepare and motivate and encourage their citizens with enthusiasm, acceptance, respect. Do you understand me? Turkish. Every Turkish you saw in Europe in 2000, last 20 years, was a refugee. Every Turkish citizen in Switzerland was a refugee. Every Turkish citizen in Germany was a refugee. Every Turkish citizen in Holland, Middle Europe, across the United States, even Far East, Far West, all of them were refugees. The Erdogan government decided, say, my citizens have been prepared by Germans free of charge. My citizens have been prepared by Hollands free of charge. By Swiss free of charge. They have the technology. More himfa. Obi a uko school outside. Obi a otina outside. Bra. Abani disika we ama. Mon kam humum too. Mon starti bibi. That is why Turkey is now leading trading. We put pressure on Germany. Germany ye capital equipment. Turkey ye capital equipment. German ene yentin wo roads because ne cost won't mean to ya. Turkey for taking road construction free Germans because of the same standard war. Now on top of it, German only matade pam. German only shoe ye. Turkey ye shoe ya atade. In terms of trading, no, we pick here free Germans. Technology, one German compete, we shut German down. Was it different from Chinese? In the 90s era up to 2000, 2002, any Chinese be able in Europe was a refugee. In 2020, 2021, every Chinese you see in Europe were a hotel owner. Refugee turns hotel owner, refugee turns restaurant owner. Go to Manhattan, go to everywhere in New York, go everywhere in America, in Europe, in even Germany, Ukraine, or no Munich, any the hub of the millionaires. Restaurant your Chinese photo. Meanwhile, these Chinese were refugees. What about the Ghanaian who lives out there? Chinese no uncle school, to say mu bi uncle school hono. But Ghanaian ya hu no wa khokhro plate him hotel. Wa pra steps so up to today. Till today. Oba krom ha ne bag 5 bags no eno na destiny of Ghana Ghana migration, not Ghana customs, the destiny of the nation we nipa ne bag. Okotoka ba was say mono maintenance. What did dada ba dada? Muna ne penalty son. Dada ne penalty son. These questions didn't come through the vetting. These questions did not come through the vetting. The port authorities, the aviation ministry, the transport, these questions did not come there to tell Ghanaians why, which country, and how best idea to your citizens. I will need trotro, I have any pa. I want to phone out trotro. Yes, Uber. I want to phone out to Uber Guani Yabimutina. Are these citizens that you should sit and vet your ministers? You cannot sacrifice and ask relevant and sensible questions instead of asking, I'm sorry to say, sir, JSS questions. Who does that? Country ben yes, sir. KOFI, it's so emotionally sad when you have to digest, analyze, and interpret the issue of Ghana and how we treat ourselves. Who is to speak for the voiceless? Who is to speak for the voiceless? Obiaso anya corrupt waha. But yesterday you were in opposition, you were riding a bicycle. Today you are in government, you have 4 Land Cruisers, and yet also when you're corrupt. And there's no system that does check and balances where that money you got it. KOFI, Education Minister Betina Hobeko or Co. And cry JSS for your school. KOFI, I see placement. The system recognizes 6 categories of schools: grade A, grade B, grade C, grade D, grade E, grade F, grade Q. Until the grade in the corner now school no lower. Obiko aggregate 15. When you're in school, the first choice, when you're second choice, third choice, when you're Obiko aggregate 32. This is a concocted dinner or the call, you know, or they call a friend is saying a crematono. Obidi was presec. Because there's a certain list called protocol list. We are not corrupt. We are Vaticans. We are from the Holy See. And you go Viadoma, vetting and a issue we, a heat we aba. That's our question means because what are they really vetting for? What do you vet them for? KOFI me say, Ada Omumbe Frere parliamentary minister, Minister of Parliamentary Affairs. Yeah. This was H.A. Mensah. So 13 men, 26 men and women. So be parent men Musa sa question say, Dabe Niebeja S. Gracia.
Oh, there be women. And I send the women.
Market women, women, women.
Now they are only BD. Oh, say,
S. Gracia, KOFI, do you know the amount of 276 men? Compared to one single hospital, here $40,000 to complete. One single clinic, they need $5,000 to paint and to start. Nobody, none of the ministers that they called them spoke about how he would use his sense, common sense. Say obey internally generated fund to run the ministry instead of say obey the budget. No asako san live budget supplementary budget. Or come ministry 6 months no creativity. Now asako minister of finance or no just supplementary. Master Adoma. How can such people open up and create employment opportunities?
Ghana Sem was say is sad, unlike our country. Was say France don't tolerate corruption. Okay, and it will be better. I Dominic Nekan and no a day a buy. And veteran there, young fair no semblance here, but my main final thoughts on what touch you on it, Kakra. Getting a passport as a Ghanaian, whether I work into and as a Ghana. As I said, Obressa, if you want to send a message, you're seeing there 6 months in it, then some kind of a won't scary. As a car, ye, meaning say other citizens. Oh, yeah, citizen, ya pay on crata, no BB the amount. But we are Ghana near me. Ghana card the crime koko ye till now men sanka.
Sanka me shit in them bag.
And but the other control by the ensaka.
Because no as a democratic right. A map MP be nya kwan ko a friend honorable.
the Ghana card loaded. They took almost every data you have. That one, which is so thin, tax identification number, everything. They say,
Obianka card in Krabium. Obianka card in Krabium because woman coordinators in a coin be crabs in a music. But the budget of it, says Kenny Nasa. They were supposed to open regional offices, district offices, community offices for those now. They say me know why a card yensan can to access those offices. That is the end of it. Another government beba in the next 4 years, you better be starting Ghana card operations. Next 4 years, there will be another government. You better be starting Ghana card operations. That is where and how, that is where we are. And you ask about acquisition of the Ghanaian passport.
Passport, yeah.
All right, listen.
Then be a machines are breaking down.
Okay, now when you do here, a country that allows, so be a birth set, changing by heart. A country that allows, say, o birth set, medima were crossing, so to Ote Brukum, and any other village. Still, no centralization system. Everything is centralized in Accra. No Accra, no Ghana. No head, no human body. And the Mizaduma. And this any panel at the comma way. No, they are comma way. No, they are comma way. No, they are comma way. Yes, a digital center. Yes, yeah. What stops the country Ghana to have passport offices opened?
Omo BAB kept could say yes, but you go still it will have say
oh, na say be wa briha. When you say your passport office wa bri. O wa bri, immigration for go ve. Bet Kofi, chungam krom timi fa bi ma ho. You see, it is another way to create congestion, hardship and difficulty. So it forces you to pay money extra for somebody to benefit, because the person who is to receive that benefit, nipa no benya sanfa so or no your government party activists ye create avenue for 4 years no so nyini sika mfa nkofie. Do you understand the system? And it say ahoto say freedom, say wan kasa Kofi Adoma wa fa wo birth set, say woni bi kura na o maame no papa megina ho ne enka say ya wo mbrekum ya fra me say ye wo me ha na wa begina ho na birth set Kofi obi anya 72 years ne ba ne ma ebi opese na abroa akokro yare opese ode ne ko ekosa ne yare akokro 72 years no okra Gold Coast birth set ebi kura the last one no me birth since 80s no or the kwa so onkoye foforo
so ya the guitar
enti joje na man authorization na onkoye ne passport na oko digitize data no na input you on national data. Is it difficult? Ko befendet e ya reho keke e ye areho keke sa hwe sa excuse me ntabudan is one add the whole country 30 million. That is where we have to assess our birth set. Now obi bufu ene nyame enyi chi ne se eja kotoma. They said the passport office back on a share. It bent with everybody's data. Kofi one a Ladma one a and the issues near multiple issues.
Yeah.
And multiple issues. They are not prepared to treat, to allow people to speak. They are not prepared to modify or to change. Because the business as usual say, this is the way we want it and all must comply. Because Sebi, Okokan, you know where you stand. That is what they will brand you to in order to shut you down. No master te amount.
A paper political declaration.
Which is not fair.
Mr. Wa, so we to Kwanya Ethiopian Airlines ewo ho ya na wafa na emutina ede. Sanso ena wo pe vehicle 20 ne bia pe bia chiri kwan na ye pa eboa ma menstrual flow eba esan boost immune system no ebo manfo ho ban efri ade ahodo pili no a ho sanso ena kwa mixture ewo ho OJ Black last time we an interview no wonom bi de aye ede ama no ne kidneys na ewuo ni nyina asan a revival because wo mo eyi eye enro aiwo enuyemu active ingredients no ena ede aye kwa mixture pebi ene na entumi emwao so herbal o pe herbal center o moto nchia se oya de fabra yansa ma wa de opefa yen ya ene so herbal adanse efiri ho eba doso pa ya de bia ya tudin se eni aduro no bra so herbal ye besa ede amao sanso ena hye so se sankofa restaurant odo ani akiremu e wo Dubai na okoho ekokodi di se kimwa onidi oba bia bio Ghana aduane papa ena o mode serve e wo Dubai ho hotel cry be deliver e wo hotel ho na watumi edidi abowede no ema Slam technology ese usua IT na ho hia pa sese ye ho na obi ade nani akire fi said that is the next shift sese bibia online bibia ye online sua technology na emwa ko online na search Slam technologies wo mo offices no Ghana ha kra wo mo obi wa ha ma oba enkosua bi na wankasa nso sua bi na fa bo obra KTA mobile phones papa sese wo mo the watches nice ones ebo wa obi ahu wo say chale ade ye fe digital different brands o mo assign the different phones bi aba levels na ye serious but modern say obama wonsa aka KTA for phones no ebi as usual o mama royal chocolate e ma remfi say obepe bi na watumi edi na we feel très bien pa akonya etimi fefefe very nice very comfortable nkonya ewo today ha very nice very comfortable abranti a wo hihye sankomia hu abefi se ye de ship mu na ba Ghana ha ya ene ye no very durable ye nua no ye me mefa mfiri ha mfa nkonko ye nkonya mfa mre ya ye de ye nkonya ne bi ha an ho edin na be chede ama wo uhuritnem still strong ene eye akenten furniture wasi dan bi na opese o spec mu nkonya kra wo den wa dada na opese o spec de ma wa bo modern ame de number mouse si a o de offer na say kofi na de ma wo ne office no ebi ewo eye West Hills Mall no opposite ope ene wasan wo bi wa dansoman eben eye vanilla spot ho bo modern na frɛ no ne number eye 054 76 12398 me sense number no so bio 054 761 2398 friend na onye wo nkonwa fine pa emfa emma na wo abehunu say yes wo dem ho feeling no aye interesting pa sesi ya ye wie interview ya the only thing meya ene se meka se studio lights off na nyina adum ni nyina ne se abranti bi dwuma wodi wo Ghana ha na ye so interesting smart lights and then the switches any different lights papa ena ode abagana ha utumi tena ba bia no dundum no utumi kasa kire wo phone na dundum no wo ka se enye sei na aye connectivity TV di ama no che se oye wonders wo pese brechire ba ufie wo Ghana ha no a me de number ma lighting bia wo hia bia obeye ede ama the number is 0244 88 3186 0244 88 3186 but modern na friend sisi a we say me say onye odam ho light and outside light no bibia fefefa obetumi control ba bia ope bia but modern na friend sisi a na onye entumi emfa ema abusi a ye de enkomo no ba awieye na se de mekan no pese unya doors papa electronic ones Unac digital and obeye ede amount fa wo number no na frɛ wo no ma hyehyɛ mfa ma na enije atumi aba o madaroma ye de enkomo no ba awiye ye beda opani Farouk Al-Wahab obi joining late no bi say Kofi the man is not a Ghanaian which flag is that on his chest no man for bi sasa Vanuatu osi o man am Ghana ha enti Africa. In fact the whole Africa on the see woman nti say ohunu say eboneboa na enchemu no eno no top hub otifie na stress na ewo ebia wo living opesa wo Ghana movies ibia download the top hub na share Ghana movies fefe pa exam na so eye bribia betumi ahwebi wasi Kofi, what can this man also do for Ghana? Nana Dubin. Nana, I'm miss out there. What can you do for Ghana?
What I can do for Ghana is what I'm doing. At least that's generations,